automation is making a lot of things cheaper, and that's what it's supposed to do, right? Bring down the cost of living. However, there's a problem is that it's nice to save time, but that, for some people, that means saving income too. Like we need to have good jobs. So, I mean, yeah, I'm pro technology. I'm pro a good future. However, I think we need something like a basic income so that technology works for everyone. At the very least, people can pursue their potential for whatever that means for them, pursue better work, because automation has been polarizing the job market. So if you imagine an hourglass, we used to have a large middle, but it's shrinking. And at the top of the hourglass, you have more people joining the ranks of higher income workers. But at the bottom of the hourglass, you have more people joining the ranks of low income workers. And we shouldn't have an economy where the share of people in low income jobs is increasing. Like that should be decreasing. More people should getting high income jobs. But that is a factor of all the automation we have. And people, so I want people to understand is this is one thing to understand about job automation. It's not that you're going to lose your job and then be unemployed. It's that you'll be forced into lower income work unless you're a high skilled tech worker or aligned with like those kinds of companies. So for many people, it means lower income work, and it's just simply like a lot of people competing for fewer jobs that are easier to do. So let's imagine for your audience like what the impact of technology has been on many tasks. Typically, if it replaces skilled labor with unskilled labor, which is paid less. So let's look at the historical example. You may have heard of the Luddites. The Luddites were people that were seamstresses, like creating clothing, creating textiles, very highly skilled, I believe in the 18th century. And they were replaced with the invention of the loom. The loom allowed a lower skilled person to produce like significantly higher quantity of clothing. So what that meant is clothing got cheaper. So more people had cheaper goods and had maybe quality of life from that point of view. It helped economic productivity. But the people who were doing the work, who used to be highly skilled and highly paid, now were forced into subsistence labor because they're competing with less skilled people for lower money. So that's how to understand the fact that technology leads to more productivity, but it can also lead to lower wages because people take lower income jobs. Let's look at a contemporary example. So that people think that Luddites actually sort of hated technology. They didn't hate technology. They hated not being middle class. That's actually what happened. Let's look at a modern example, trucking. Everyone, there's a lot of people say that truck drivers will be automated away. I actually think that if you take the Luddite example into trucking, there'll be more truck drivers after trucking jobs gets automated, but they'll be lower paid because the long haul routes, the intercountry city routes that are very difficult and very draining, those will be all automated because it's very easy to do self-driving on highways. It's not easy to do self-driving on city streets. So in the cities, so because the cost of transportation will decrease because of automated long haul routes, there'll be more transportation, there'll be more goods being exchanged, which means it's good for the economy. However, the truck driving jobs will be in the cities, and in the cities you have a lot of people competing for those jobs. So they'll be paid less because the jobs are a lot easier to do, have more convenient working hours than someone who is driving across the country, not sleeping and just being unhealthy, or like being subjected to very grueling working situation. So yeah, we may have more trucking jobs, but be lower paid.